Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, drip, and farm for poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. In today's video, we got the AMA that we've been waiting for the first of the new year, 2023. Shout out to Driptopian and to Ray. They both recorded these, and I'm going to give you a short breakdown, but there is a lot to actually unpack in this AMA because a lot of things he mentioned and a lot of stuff that I want to actually cover in more detail. So I'm actually going to do it in separate small clips. Trying not to bore you guys with long detailed videos, but I'm going to break down a lot of the stuff that he hinted at in these AMAs or in this recent one. So shouts out as well to Wonder Woman at Crypto WB 2021. So now she puts her notes in like a text format in the Telegram. You can no longer access them from the link that's been locked via Google Notes, and Irene still does them as well. Hers just wasn't updated for this video, but again, shout out to the ladies of the Faucet and holding it down, putting these notes together. Definitely appreciate that because it makes it easier. I listened to the AMA twice, and now I'm just going to use the notes to go through, and then like I said, in a future video, I'll actually give a more detailed breakdown on some of the areas he covered because there's a lot to unpack. So biggest thing is the stable pool migration coming soon, and the announcement will be maybe later today or tomorrow when you can actually swap. So what that entails is if you are in any of these stable farms, USDT, BUSD, blah, 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 basically about a month ago now, PancakeSwap changed to that stable pool. Kind of like what Stargate does. I explained this to all you guys on my channel before, so I'm not going to break it down now. But basically, since then, you have been unable to create new LPs because remember, these contracts are actually tied directly to the animal farm. I'm sorry, to PancakeSwap. So this migration will take place theoretically sometime next week. And what'll happen is anybody in those farms will basically be able to come in and click like 2 buttons or so to actually walk you directly through. Let me find the screenshot that he referenced for the migration. So he said basically what will happen is the UI will pop up and walk you directly through the steps so that you can migrate your funds. There will be a 2% withdrawal, but there will not be the 2% deposit. So they can whitelist the deposit, but they can't whitelist the withdrawal because it's a contract, it's immutable. Once you're in, it will automatically trigger the tax on the withdrawals. So when you get ready to do this, when this goes live and they are testing it, I didn't get a chance to test it. I don't have any of these assets, but I do know there's a decent amount of capital in these pools. So people will be able to just basically come in here and go through these steps that'll walk them through. So right now on the farm, we can do some quick math in real time. We got 2.7 million, 3 million. So that's 5.7 plus another 2.5. That's 5.7, 2.5, 7. 8.2, hope that's right, and 9. So we'll just go round it up to 10. So we got about 10 million in stables and then 2% of that. So that's about $200,000 that will automatically get added into the dividend payouts. Remember, for the pig pen injections, and remember 30% of that immediately goes directly to the pig pen reward vault. So about 60K will come over to the Pigpen rewards immediately, and the other 70% of that is going to be set up on the back end. So that is pretty cool. Sucks for the people that gotta automatically get pulled out, but they're gonna make that back up because in these new stable farm pools on PancakeSwap, they're actually going to be earning a little higher yield. So that does support the ecosystem in the long term. Just a quick message, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. This helps bring brand awareness to the channel as well as all Forex Shark related projects. Thank you. So let's go back to the notes. All right. Shout out to Drake. Forex did say started from the bottom. Now we're here right towards the end of the AMA. He did mention about the capital that can be injected. You've heard this in previous AMAs, so there's still millions that can be injected. I didn't find this at first, but I think I have found out where that is. So, and I covered it previously and just forgot. I just had a brain dump on a couple of my videos, but I'm going to show that to you guys so we can actually run through the numbers and see what that is. And Drip UI, so Drip updates, he did mention that there's going to be an improved airdrop system. You can filter it and send the airdrop with one transaction Example, you could put in 100 drip as your budget and airdrop 10 drip to each member, all in one transaction. So instead of that being 10 separate approvals on MetaMask and 10 separate approvals on the ledger, it'll be one transaction. So that's bullish. This will be an update on the new cleaner design UI. It will be much cleaner and have a landing page and a media page. It'll be very similar to the way the Animal Farm is when you go to animalfarm.app and then it goes to defi.animalfarm.app. So it's gonna be like that. And they're gonna be posting articles, community members, YouTube videos, all that stuff. So caveat on this, people were confused or up in arms because they thought that this would be layer 2. Remember, layer 2 is not even like really in development yet. That's further down the line. So I don't expect layer 2 till second quarter, third quarter. The drip UI, this is first, and then Scratchy will be done on top of the drip UI. So this was always the plan, but we have been hearing about this layer 2, and I think kind of pushing it in our forefront because of what we're seeing in the drip price action. But just having this new UI with also the fiat on-ramp, these are good developments moving forward that will be supportive for the whole of the ecosystem. So fiat on-ramp, buy with credit debit card, also smart contract interoperability, so we can buy from our own DEX, not just a fiat on-ramp. We can reduce the tax of people buying fresh drip and depositing directly into the faucet. That way, we are encouraging people to buy with fresh capital. All major chains will be available to buy with AVAX, Polygon, Phantom, ETH, etc. You can swap any token from any chain. Example, it will swap the token for you, bridge the other network, then buy drip for you. So this is something he wants to have integrated with the fiat on-ramp, is that cross-chain interoperability that he was talking about. So if you had the Uniswap token on ETH, what you would see on the front end of the contract on the drip side is that it would just say swap ETH for, swap Uni for drip. And he's saying that he can incentivize that, reduce the taxes and things of that nature, but also add in like the typical transaction fees for bridging, where that can go towards supporting the marketing budget. So again, that is a good utility to have. It does reduce the friction. People in DeFi definitely are in different chains and trying to always find the best opportunity. And if BNB can rise to the top, Binance Smart Chain, rise to the top, and we can provide the best yield, then maybe we can migrate some of that capital over. That definitely has some pros. New drip game coming from the Drip Garden team. So the guys that brought you that 3D viewer of the Drip Garden, they are working on a Drip Garden game, and they hope to be done with it by the end of the month. So that would be bullish. You guys remember this was showcased a little while ago, the Drip Garden Farm 3D viewer and the team Alien Games. And they have been working behind the scenes with Forex to deliver something. We don't know what it is, but they teased this out earlier. Drip Community Games, do you like to play? So we will see what that is. That's awesome to see just support coming for Drip and some focus being put back on it this year. So definitely looking forward to seeing what that is. Let's see, he said hiring more devs, updating the team to continue to build for Drip and Animal Farm, marketing, analyzing what we did previously. We would do less focus on volume and more on influence. This was great. So this is something that he mentioned, but didn't really go in detail. And we had talked about this in other groups. Basically, the last couple of Animal Farm videos on the on his announcement page, those guys pretty much had just botted accounts and fake engagement. So, and he mentioned this in this AMA, he said that, yeah, in the bull market, it's good to just, you know, kind of throw this out there and get as many eyeballs as you can on your project, regardless of the engagement or not. Just having the algorithm pick up the fact that new videos are being produced on your topic is good, but they're now going to focus on people who have strong influence on their community and more opportunities. So he said they have 2 crypto influencers on YouTube who are in the top 10. And they were some OGs from back in the day. And one of them is going to focus on Forex's Bybit trading experience and the broader crypto market. And another is going to specifically talk about the Animal Farm. So we'll see how that goes. But it's good that they acknowledge that they were just, you know, wasting money on fake accounts. What's next? Stable swap migration for stable LP on the Animal Farm. So that's what's going to be coming up. Definitely within the next 2 weeks, that should get done. And remember, if you're migrating, try to get it done early because the APRs on the farm are based on the liquidity in the farm. So if you're one of the first few to migrate over, then you have a great opportunity to catch some early APR high payout yields. And then, of course, it'll fizzle back down to whatever the current rates are. He did mention Dogs Roulette is going to be the first game they do. So don't know how much further that will actually take. But the only thing that's done is the contracts. So the UI has to be worked on, and then it has to be tested So we're still waiting on the development on that. So I would guess another month or two before that comes out. Also, tier 2 DAO is getting started on as well. The tier 2 is for, remember, buying into Scratchy. So that means until we see the tier 2 DAO, the UI and all that introduced, then you're not going to see Scratchy yet. So Scratchy, the UI, the contracts are finished, and this says UI is finished, but I don't think the UI is actually finished for Scratchy. So we'll see. I don't remember. I got to listen to that again, but I thought that he was just saying just the contract is finished and we are still waiting on the UI and the testing for that. So what that means to me is, yeah, we got some short-term stuff like the stable swap migration and the drip UI and fiat on-ramp maybe within the next 2 to 4 weeks. And then bigger development such as tier 2 DAO. He didn't give any dates, so I'm just speculating for you guys. He didn't give any dates, so don't hold me to this. But the tier 2 DAO and the Scratchy raise for that, I would expect to see like 8 weeks out. So we'll see. I don't know. Individualized lending with any asset on BSC, where you can take out liquid loans and issue loans using your assets as collateral, similar to a DEX. Anyone can start in lending or collateral pool. It will be lending pools, so not all risk is on one lender or borrower. I'm going to go with this in more detail, but this is huge. This is the borrow and lending he's talking about to make it for all of DeFi. And if you guys have been watching my content on Spritz, there's definitely some hints of what that can look like and how they're doing some things. They're not doing lending and borrowing, but the way that they're taking the collateral from multi-chains and anyone that wants to supply collateral for it, take out a loan. So technically that's how the owner CEO got started. He was just taking people's crypto and saying, hey, let me pay your bill. And then he built this platform. So this is very similar where you're saying, hey, I have this asset. Will you give me a loan against it? And if two people agree, then yeah, nothing should stop you from doing that, right? So I think that's awesome. And there's a lot of utility coming from that, a lot of potential use case. So anyway, that is it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to go back through the AMA, break up the pieces and do more detailed videos on each one of those pieces. Try to keep them still more succinct, but just want to break this down. So in all, it's positive momentum for the Drip network. The token rallied a little bit. You know, we were holding like 74 cents and now we're back to 78. So that's how I always evaluate the AMAs. So we didn't get a sell-off. We have a little bit of a pump. And I do believe we're going to eventually start to see these wallets, you know, fizzle out. Not as much. I showed you guys that one wallet with only a couple $100 worth they can sell every day. Then eventually that's going to run out as well, right? So, all right, that is it for this video. If it provided some value, you guys know the drill. Smash that HPO special, help brother out with like, comment, subscribe down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.